welcome back to more Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Last time we left off, we finished all the Gregory Edgeworth section of this chapter for now, and now we're going back to the future, or I guess back to the present. I don't know. Shouldn't that be the actual title of the movie? Back to the present, because he's in the past? Oh well. Stop getting nitpicky. Oops, guess I went on for a little too long there. Something like that happened? I had no idea. None of the case files I read went into such detail. Well, I doubt there would be anything in there that would be inconvenient to the prosecution, especially with that Von Karma at the head. How did the investigation go from there? The desserts had disappeared from the victim's room, so the investigation hit a rough patch. Thanks to that, it took about a whole year before a verdict was handed down. 1 whole year? This was before the whole 3-day pretrial system was established. Trials didn't need to finish in the short amount of time that they do now. I see. Did they ever find out why the victim's dessert disappeared? Well, kinda. His dessert was like a candy ice sculpture, made from sherbet. Since it was made from ice, the general consensus was that it had melted. However, that might not quite be the case. What do you mean? The museum used to be Mr. Master's mansion, the stage of the IS-7 incident. And in this very place, they're exhibiting the sherbet salon from 18 years ago. I can read. The victim's dessert? Yep. Though it could just be a replica of the original. That's why Uncle Ray had to come today to check it out. And for your old man, too. Now then, let's get a move on and check out the room. I'm pretty sure it's over in the Winter Palace. The Winter Palace should be... Huh? It's locked up. That's odd. They've already opened the museum. Mr. Shields, according to the pamphlet we received at the entrance, the Winter Palace is over here. Sorry, I'm trying to center myself. Really? I could have sworn it was this one. Alright, let's scoot. We gotta confirm the truth of what happened 18 years ago. I have a feeling it's a replica. Oh my god! No way! He came back? Oh, it's me. Oh, well, I don't know about that. Oh, I did not think Ron Delight was gonna come back. And do we know that kid over there? I don't think we do. Maybe we do, though. Man, it's still as cold as ever. Uncle Ray's gonna freeze solid. Seems the Winter Palace lives up to its name. It's like a freezer in here. With the light dim like this, it's almost as if the room itself is made of ice. Wow, you must have not served, like, any time for being a thief. Like, seriously, holy crap. Well, I guess sort of blackmail. Yeah, maybe you would get off easy. I don't know. I guess it's been a couple months, well, since his trial. I think the control panel for the room temperature is on the wall back. Miles, why don't you check what temperature it's set at for me? Uncle Ray's gonna give the curator a piece of his mind later. It's way too cold in here. Very well. But if you want to look around the room a bit, feel free to stay, or freeze to your heart's content. I'll get the camera ready. I want to take some pictures of this place and show it to your old man. Understood. But he's not around anymore.
Well, how about this? I'll yell out, Master Mask is here! Yes, it's me! I'm Master Mask! Good, good. Wait, Ronnie, if you say that, you'll get arrested. Come on, if we don't plan properly, we won't be able to sell it.
What are these two talking about? Huh. Do I know this kid? This is a boy with a school bag. Did he come to the art gallery by himself?
She quit her job in order to run this museum. I don't really get it.
Perhaps one of his parents knows a curator. Should we know who this kid is? I can't think of anybody. Mr. Shields, I can't find the temperature control panel. Ah, right. They keep it where it's hard to find. Just one moment. Huh? It's locked. Makes sense. I wouldn't want the guests changing the temperature themselves. According to the pamphlet, the Winter Palace has a temperature of 27 degrees Fahrenheit. Ugh! Now that is cold. Uncle Ray's gonna freeze to death. Guess I'll need to find someone to share body heat with. Preferably a beautiful lady. Oh, you trying to freeze me to death as well with those cold eyes? Of course not. Let's look at the exhibits. There are 2 sculptures displayed here. These sculptures are replicas of the desserts that vanished 18 years ago. Impressive, huh? These sculptures made of ice. Yes. My father never got to see these ice sculptures, and now, 18 years later, I'm standing before them. Miles, sorry to bother you while you're deep in thought. Could you turn this way? Can you turn this way a little? Like this? Yes, like that. Mr. Shields, you're not! Say cheese! Mr. Shields, please don't take pictures of me. Sorry, my bad. I just wanted to make sure the camera would work okay. That camera looks quite old. Yeah, well, that's because it's an old-fashioned camera. You know, an instant camera. It automatically develops the photo after shooting. Pretty cool, huh? Yes, I know. Though I've never used one. You're quite the know-it-all. You really are the old man's son. Could you move a bit? I want to take some more photos of the room. His face has taken on an unusually serious expression. He's probably thinking about the IS-7 incident. Man, I snapped a bunch, and they're already developed, see? He shoved them in my face before I could reply. Well, I have one more question for you, Mr. Know-It-All. Do you know what these 2 sculptures represent? The sculptures of Taurus and Gemini from the winter constellations. Ooh, bingo! Not bad, Miles. That's probably why they call this room the Winter Palace. Uncle Ray is feeling generous today, so I'll give you a copy of this photo too. Thanks. I guess that works. Are these replicas of the constellation desserts that were made 18 years ago? I don't know why I keep wanting to say 17. Yeah, looks like these 2 sculptures are also made out of sherbet. Uncle Ray's only seen the real sculptures in photos. But these sculptures look like the real deal. This is what you wanted to show me? Yeah. I think your old man would have wanted you to see it as well. I'm sorry, Uncle Ray didn't have the courage to come here alone. Don't apologize. This was a good opportunity to learn about my father's case. It means a lot to me. So, you want me to take another commemorative photo? No thanks. A giant block of ice is being displayed here. It appears to be quite heavy. No, the inside must be hollow. On the surface, there is an image of the stars and a written description. The Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters, a star cluster that comprises a part of Taurus. But for all these stars to be grouped together as a cluster, the ways of the ancient people must have been very imprecise. Alrighty, now that I've got some pictures of this room, let's check out the other palaces. Might as well see them all, since we're already here. I suppose, Your Eyes. Ah! That yell just now. It came from the fountain patio. Let's go, Miles. No! God dang it, Larry, why? Ah! Oh, and that's the dude. There's someone passed out on the floor, and that man there is... It's the dude, Larry, what are you doing here? What's his face? God dang it, I don't remember his name. No, I'm getting ahead of myself. What exactly happened here? Angie, I saw something no one should ever have to see again. Larry, calm down. Why is there someone passed out here? I didn't do anything. He just fell down all of a sudden. This man, he can't be.
Excuse me, but what is the matter here? You can't raise such a ruckus in the museum, boys.
This scent is... Seems like he's still breathing. This is a bad situation. Miles, it's not safe here. Get everyone out of here. Everyone, get away from that room right now. There's poison gas coming from it. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. What is going on? Just said the same thing I did. I think I really am Edgeworth in disguise. Mr. Shields, how's the victim? It looks like he's breathed in a little too much of that poison gas. He's still unconscious. According to the doctor in the ambulance, there are no external injuries or any other wounds. Thanks to our fortunate timing, we were able to save him before he was too far gone. But he's not out of the woods yet. He's currently being treated by a specialist in the infirmary. I see. Mr. Shields, is he an acquaintance of yours? Yeah, you could say that. He's Dane Gustavia. He was involved in the I-7 incident. The pastry chef, so he was involved in the case 18 years ago. At least the other guy's doing alright. Is he a friend of yours, Miles? Yes, you could say that. It is fortunate that you were not hurt, Larry. What's you could say that's supposed to mean, Edgy? How could you treat a childhood friend like that? That's just cruel! And also, when I'm dressed like this, I'm called Larice the Nim, you know? So don't call me Larry. It's Larice. This man is Larry Butts. He's nothing but trouble, but he's been one of my friends since grade school. Some time ago, he awakened to the calling of art and assumed the alias Larice the Nim. But a Butts by any other name would smell just as much. Really? You two are childhood friends? I'd better report that to your old man, too. I'm sure it'll bring him joy. He was always worried about you not being able to make friends. Is he like talking to the spirit of Edward's dad somehow? Like, is he talking to a spirit medium, or is it metaphorical? Good for you, Edgy. Aren't you glad to have a bosom buddy like me? My father was worried about something like that. But anyway, what are you doing in a place like this, Larry? How many times do I have to tell you, Edgy? I'm Larice! What are you doing in a place like this? Yikes, don't glare at me when you talk! So you're going to tell me? Isn't it obvious? I've come here to study art. I'm gonna take Mandy on a date here, so I was just doing some scouting beforehand. Aren't you just using art as an excuse to go on a date? Not bad, Larice. Maybe you can introduce some pretty girls to me next time. Oh, now you're talking my language, dude. I think I'm getting a headache. By the way, Larice, did you notice anything strange when you found the victim? Nah, not really. Nothing that would make you say, I saw something that no one should ever have to see. Oh yeah, that. I was just surprised when I saw that old dude fall down out of nowhere like that. I didn't do anything this time, for once. Is that anything to brag about?
Visitors, we wish to deeply apologize for the disturbance. I am the curator of this museum. My name is Catherine Hall.
She's also one of the people involved in the IS-7 incident. Hello there, Miss Kate. It's been a while.
Monsieur Shields, thank you for your continued assistance.
She was the one we saw at the reception, so she's the curator here.
We apologize for the inconvenience, especially since it's the opening day.
No, you don't have to apologize for a thing, Miss Kate. Ah, I almost forgot. Let me introduce you to someone. This is Miles Edgeworth. He's Gregory Edgeworth's son.
Oh, Monsieur Edgeworth.
They're playing the theme in the background.
Oh, how wonderful. I met the sun after 18 years. It is an honor to meet you, defense attorney, Miles Edgeworth.
Wow, that was amazing. Still got that golden voice, Miss Kate. Actually, I'm a prosecutor.
Oh, so you're a prosecutor. My most sincere apologies, Monsieur Edgeworth.
This woman is very polite, but slightly odd. Katie, can I get your autograph right here, pretty please?
Yes, if you so desire.
Why do you want to autograph? Hey, don't tell me! You don't know who she is! My, you really don't keep up with the entertainment news, do you, Miles? What? What is this unbearable atmosphere? She's a superstar actress who's been in tons of musicals and movies. She's a great singer, too.
Currently, I am the curator of this museum. I've already retired from the stage. I finished filming my role for my last movie a few days ago. My co-stars also said that they would come here once I opened the doors. And here you are, Monsieur Artiste. I return this to you.
Thanks a bunch, Katie. I'll treasure it for the rest of my life. Well, looks like me and Larice share the same interests. So I gathered. Larry, you said you're here to study art. Why don't you practice drawing as well? Since you're here in Miss Hall's art museum.
Oh, it would be an honor to have Monsieur Artiste sketch our exhibits.
Oh, I guess even you have some good ideas every now and then, Edgy. I'll do a bit of sketching for Katie here.
what an amusing person.
Forgive the disturbance. Incidentally, who was the woman that was with you earlier?
That was Madame Delicious Scones. She's currently assisting in the treatment of Monsieur Gustavi in the infirmary. Even though I said infirmary, since this is an art museum now, it is only provisional. As I am the only staff member working here, I cannot take a leave of my duties for too long.
Delicious Scones. I believe we have heard that name before, Mr. Shields. Yep. Looks like the whole gang from the IS-7 incident is here. Well, I doubt that's a coincidence.
Monsieur Shields, Monsieur Edgeworth, would you care for some hot tea?
Oh, Miss Kate's tea. That takes me back.
Yes, if you please.
Clatter, clatter. I think that's probably my favorite line in this game so far. Clatter, clatter. It's so deep, it can be interpreted so many different ways.
Now I must take my leave. I must explain the situation to the other visitors.
Alright, thanks for everything. You're just gonna leave the tea cart there? Okay, well. This smells like Ceylon tea. I should drink it before it cools. Just gulped it. Oh, my throat is burning. That was a bad idea. Ooh, this Ceylon tea is of very high quality, and its aroma of citrus does wonders for your concentration, right? Your old man said the exact same thing 18 years ago. The saucers back then were chilled. Today they're warm. Anyway, don't you think this current situation is rather unusual? You mean how everyone involved in the case 18 years ago is gathered at this museum? Yes, I would like to be in charge of this case, if at all possible.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay? Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Shields! I came here as fast as I could when I heard that you were done in by the poison gas.
Wait, what? Oh, sweet honey Kay. How about a hug after being parted for so long?
No. Jeez, are you perfectly fine? I can't believe you made us worry so much.
Detective Gumshoe, what is the meaning of bringing Kay here?
I'm sorry, sir. I knew the gas was dangerous, so I tried to stop her. But no matter how much I ran, I couldn't gain any ground. When it comes to running away, no one is faster than the Yatagarasu.
But you weren't running away from here. Did anybody else just get the image of Zero Escape in their mind the moment they saw that?
It is time to play a game. One in which you will play with your life on the line.
And you take off the mask. It was me, Gumshoe, the entire time. That was the twist of Zero Time Dilemma. It was actually Gumshoe. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm all set, sir. I'll start investigating the crime scene. Since there might still be traces of gas in the room, I'll have to ask everyone to wait here.
Very well, I'm counting on you. Good luck in there, Flatfoot.
It's Gumshoe. Wow, Gummy's so cool. He's just like a detective.
But that's what he is. Yes, Edgeworth here.
Mr. Edgeworth, it looks like the poison gas is dissipated, sir. Hold on, let me take off my mask. Never mind, don't come in.
Detective, calmly explain the state of the Autumn Palace. Wait, what? This is the Autumn Palace?
Yes, sir, I'll start with the exhibits. On the left, there's a statue of 2 people.
What?
And on the right, there's a statue of an animal with 2 horns.
What? A statue of 2 people and a statue of animals with horns. Isn't that the exact same thing I saw in the Winter Palace just a while ago? Also, the room is wet with water thanks to the sprinkler system. That also prevented the gas from harming anyone else. The sprinkler system. Was there a fire in the room?
There are no signs of a fire, and the fire alarm hasn't gone off either, sir. The sprinklers in this museum are the kind that detects both smoke and fire.
So long as smoke was there, it would have gone off.
If it detects smoke, it will send an alert to the security room. I think the poison gas might have set off the alarm in the security room, sir.
Was there anyone in the security room at the time?
The only one working here is the curator, Miss Catherine Hall, sir. She's been in the reception booth opposite the security room ever since the museum opened.
Did Miss Hall turn on the sprinklers?
The sprinkler system can only be operated manually from the security room, sir. If it had been automatic, it would have sprayed water all over the exhibits. Since the system is manual, the situation can be examined and the exhibits moved if need be.
I guess there would be more than one priority over the wait, what? I guess there would be more priority over the exhibits in the building, only at a museum.
Ugh, it's way too cold in this room, sir. Isn't this supposed to be the Autumn Palace? Feels more like the dead of winter in here.
The Autumn Palace is cold.
I checked the thermostat earlier, and it's set to 27 degrees Fahrenheit. I couldn't believe it.
Why would the Autumn Palace be set to the same temperature as the Winter Palace? It's an exact replica, that's weird.
That's about all I know for now, sir. If I figure out anything else, I'll give you another call.
I see. I'm counting on you, detective. Oh, sorry. That's my phone. Don't mind that.
What did Gummy say?
He said it feels more like winter in the Autumn Palace.
I don't get it.
I haven't been able to enter the room personally, but it should be possible to look inside after the police have finished investigating.
I'd like to know what it's like in there myself. Is there anyone else who knows about the incident? Ah, there is someone. Miles' friend, right? Friend?
Oh, he's such a nuisance. We have no choice but to listen to what he has to say, for now. Are you still sketching?
Wait, you mean...
Oh, you're here too, Kay.
Long time no see. It's Larry, isn't it?
Kay, right now my name is Larice. I'm an artist, that's why.
Ah, so that's your pen name. Larice the artist, formerly known as Larry.
Wow, you really are. Nothing like edgy here. Larry, I have many things that I need to ask you. What's this? Don't tell me you suspect me again. You're gonna say because I was first on the scene, I must be the culprit, aren't you? I never said anything like that. I only wanted to tell me what you saw. You said you saw something that no one should ever have to see, did you not? But now I'm saying I didn't see nothing, and I didn't do nothing. Probably.
Oh my, he didn't seem so confident at the end there.
There are somewhat troublesome circumstances surrounding this man. The saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts, still holds true 26 years on. One could say his tendency to attract trouble is legendary. It seems he's done something troublesome without even realizing it himself. I'll just have to try and extract the truth from him. Has Larry appeared in every single Phoenix Wright game? Not Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Well, no, because he didn't appear in Apollo Justice. And did he appear in Justice for All? I don't think he did. What was the third case of that game? No, he didn't appear in that. What was the second case of that game? He didn't appear in that either, did he? No. So he appeared in original Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations, both investigation games. So he's been in 4 so far. I'll just have to try and extract the truth from him. Witness testimony? No! Mind chess! Oh my god, I forgot this was a feature in the game! Sorry. Oh, yes! My goal is to expose whatever Larry is hiding. However, I didn't see nothing! I didn't do nothing! Oh, okay. Larry is an extremely restless and troublesome man. Until he cools down, I'll just wait and see. First, I'll ask him about his goal. This isn't something I can't handle. I'll finish this quickly. Logic chess. Begin! Let's go. What was your purpose for coming to the art gallery? What? Are you saying that I don't belong in an art gallery? Hey, if you're not going to talk, hold that pose so I can paint your portrait. And then I'll scribble all over the portrait I drew of you. I was just joking. I would never scribble over my paintings, of course. They're works of art, after all. I don't think any of your works would qualify as art. Don't look down on me. There are people who recognize my skills as an artist. Those people are blind. Maybe it's my girlfriend, but it's really my painting she fell in love with. That's why I'll sketch anything my girlfriend likes. And why are you here on your own today? So what? Can't a guy with a girlfriend spend some time alone? I like how one of my points is go spend time with her. It's like that doesn't contradict him. Randy said she's a Gemini. I thought she'd be happy if I showed her a sketch of it in our next date. Do you really have that much confidence in this sketch? Well, I'm not so confident about this one. But I thought she would be happy if I did a sketch of her astrological sign. Got him. I see. That's just like you. To impress Mandy, you came here to see the Gemini sculpture, didn't you? Boom! What? How'd you find out? Because you just unknowingly told me everything. Well then, I'm not saying another word from now on. He's finally decided to remain silent. In that case, I'll be more relentless in my questioning. I'll try to find out what he was doing here at the art gallery. That was easy. I'll expose his true motives. This shouldn't take long. You, just what did you do in this art gallery? What's with that glare? I don't really remember anything. I didn't have a pamphlet, so I just loitered around the fountain patio. Don't they give you a pamphlet at the reception booth after you pay the admission fee? Huh? Oh, is that right? So, the admission wasn't free, huh? You didn't pay. Don't tell me. You sneaked in here without paying. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do anything bad. It's just, there was no one at the reception booth. That's why I thought you could come in here for free. Miss Hall wasn't at the reception booth. Yeah, it didn't look like there was anyone on the other side of the desk. Come to think of it, Gumshoe did say something about that. Miss Hall was busy activating the sprinklers from the security room. Because of the incident, she had to leave the reception booth. Poor Katie. She went to all that trouble to open up the place, and now the art gallery's star attraction, the Winter Palace, is completely ruined. Oh, here we go. You're certainly well informed about the Winter Palace, for someone without a pamphlet. The Winter Palace is where your goal, the Gemini sculpture, is located. You had your sights set on the Winter Palace from the beginning, didn't you?
Boom!
What? How'd you find me out again? That's right, my goal was to see the Gemini sculpture. From the very beginning, the Winter Palace was the very reason why I came here. You confess quite easily. You can never tell anything with this man. Next, I'll ask for further information regarding the Winter Palace.
Give me my health back.
He may still have some fight left in him. I'll watch his reactions and extract the information I need. Oh my god. I have no more use for you. Larry, did you also enter the Winter Palace? What's with that look of distrust? Sure, I tried going in, but you couldn't get in. You tried to go in, but you weren't actually able to, right? Yeah, that's about right. I wanted to go in, but then that old geezer collapsed. I was a little freaked out. So you couldn't get in because the victim of the poison gas collapsed? Yeah, he fell right out of the Winter Palace. I'm sure the victim emerged from the Autumn Palace. If it weren't for that poison gas incident, I'd be in there sketching the Gemini sculpture right now. I must have mistaken the Autumn Palace for the Winter Palace. That aside, it seems his goal was to sketch the sculpture. It should be a useful clue. Yes! Oh, I didn't do it for once. Okay, cool. Larry, did you see anything in the Winter Palace? You're still hung up on that? Didn't I say that I didn't see anything? I started to think that it wasn't such a good idea to come to the art gallery. I need to leave soon to meet with my girlfriend. Perhaps I should try using that clue. You came here to sketch the sculpture for your girlfriend, did you not? I don't think you would give up that easily. Even after the victim collapsed, you could still see inside the room from the outside, right? Well, I may have gotten a tiny glimpse, but there's no evidence that I saw something scary in there, right? Oh, there we go. You saw something scary? That's a little bit suspicious. My, I'm disappointed it turned out to be this simple. Larry, you saw something scary at the crime scene, didn't you? Boom! Whoa! Edgy, can you read my mind? In that case, there's no point keeping any more secrets from you. That's right, I can read your mind. You just told me everything of your own accord. That was a complete waste of time, but finally, it's checkmate. Logic chess complete! Yes! Oh my god, this is the best thing in this game. Honestly, that's what keeps me going in this game. It's like, today might be a bad day, but at least I'll get to play logic chess and investigations too. I had my eyes fixed on the Gemini sculpture. You've mentioned the Gemini sculpture many times now, but I don't believe the sculpture you saw was the Gemini one. What? Oh, I just realized it. One of them is the real sculptures, and the other one is the fake sculptures, isn't it? That's what it's going to turn out to be. Sorry, that just hit me. What? Was it a mirage then? Larry mistakenly thought he saw the Winter Palace. This piece of evidence shows what Larry really saw. This? Yeah, here we go. Take a look at this pamphlet. In the Autumn Palace, the Pisces, Capricorn, Aries, and Aquarius sculptures are displayed. I forget it. Is that how you say it? Pisces? Pisces? God, I used to be super into Beyblade, and they would always help me with this, and now I don't remember what it is. Incidentally, I can confirm that the Gemini sculpture is located in the Winter Palace. I got super into constellations because of Beyblade, but I forget what it is. I think it's Pisces. I might be wrong, though. Correct me in the comments, except... Actually, by the time you comment, I'll probably be, like, done case 4, so it won't really matter. Therefore, the sculpture you saw could not have been the Gemini one. I knew it. I expected him to be a bit more shocked at the news. I thought it was kind of strange. I know I saw a single goddess, and that transformation was no mirage. Transformation, you say? Oh, you're curious too, Edgy? Well, nothing for it. Guess I'll have to show you. Show me? What exactly? I drew a picture of the very scene I saw back then, but I really can't believe what I drew.
Picture? What picture?
This one, right here. Whoa. What? What is this disturbing picture? Is that sculpture weeping tears of blood?
Maurice, this picture is scary.
Kay, it scared me too! This Gemini sculpture suddenly transformed into a goddess right before my eyes. I couldn't help but scream. So the victim collapsing wasn't what surprised him. Huh. And he never lies, like all of his drawings are true. What do you mean when you say transformed? I don't really understand it myself. The lower half of his body just turned into a fish. A fish goddess. That would be the Pisces sculpture, wouldn't it? In mythology, Pisces represents the fish that a goddess and her son transform into.
Really? So Pisces isn't just a couple of ordinary fish?
Edgy, you don't think that sculpture is cursed, do you? Those tears of blood turned the Gemini sculpture into a fish. Preposterous. You simply mistook the Pisces sculpture for the Gemini one. Huh, okay. Well, that's strange.
Oh, you put the sketch in your organizer?
Even a sketch like this can be used as scrap paper, after all. How could you? But it's strange. Why did only the lower half of the sculpture transform? Uncle Ray is a bit curious about what went on in the Autumn Palace. Indeed, I wonder if someone tampered with the Pisces sculpture. Yes, Edgeworth here.
Mr. Edgeworth, we finished searching the room. The poison gas isn't a threat anymore, so you can enter the crime scene.
Right, good work, Detective. It seems we can enter the Autumn Palace now.
Nice timing, Mr. Detective. Let's go right now. I want to see the Pisces sculpture.
If Kay's going, I'm going too. I was planning on bringing him along anyway. Right then, let's proceed to the Autumn Palace. Oh no. Okay, we're good. Okay, I was like, don't you dare end it there. So this is the Autumn Palace. Certainly does resemble the Winter Palace.
I've been waiting, sir. Huh? Aren't you that hairy butts guy?
Wrong! I'm Maurice the Nim! Never mind that, Detective. Your report, if you please.
Roger that, sir. We discovered a used gas burner during our investigation. The nozzle was still warm when we found it, so it may be related to the incident.
Was it used to heat something? Used gas? Was that ladder always there on the ground?
It was probably used by the person who set off the poison gas. Poison gas was released when someone lifted the lid off that glass case, sir.
A Pisces sculpture.
Huh? Seems like you know about it, sir. Well then, do you know what the sculpture next to it is?
Since we're in the Autumn Palace, it would probably be the Capricorn sculpture.
As expected, Mr. Edgeworth, I thought it was Taurus myself. I was thrown off as it was covered by this weird cloth.
What? What is going on? The fluorescent cloth. I wonder what it's doing here. Evidence from the IS-7 incident. What is going on? No matter what it is or how it got here. The sculptures in this room are all covered with this fluorescent cloth.
And because they're hidden, it makes me want to see them even more.
Let's take a look. I'll just get this cloth off.
Wow, they're beautiful.
What are they? I'm not quite sure what they are. You don't think the transformation Larry saw was in fact the moment the cloth wrapped around the lower half of Pisces fell? See, Edgy? It wasn't a mirage or a mistake after all. Hey, Miles, there sure is something strange about this room. It looks exactly the same as the Winter Palace we were in just a moment ago. Yes, I agree. Perhaps the sculptures were hidden to make it look like the Winter Palace. If you wrap the cloth around the lower half of the Pisces sculpture, it looks like Gemini. Capricorn is a half fish too. Hide the lower half and it resembles Taurus. The remaining two, which couldn't be altered with trickery, were covered up. The Autumn Palace was made to look like the Winter Palace. So it seems, Mr. Shields, it looks like we'll need to conduct an investigation of the Autumn Palace too. Nope.
Hold it.
I knew it. Mr. DeBest and Judge Courtney. Of course.
Hey, you guys again? This is a problem. You see, this is my crime scene. Mr. Edgeworth, it seems my power is insufficient. If you're here, it would appear that you still haven't understood my warnings. Ugh. Furthermore, you know full well your reckless actions will cause trouble for that detective. In the name of the goddess of law, I must pass judgment.
You've got it all wrong, pal. I was the one who asked Mr. Edgeworth to investigate.
Really? Well then, Flatfoot, I'll have to do that.
That?
Yeah, that. Right, cut your salary. Looking forward to your next payday? I've always wanted to say that.
You're the last person I want cutting my salary, pal. Hold it, DeBest. I'm only cooperating with the police as a witness to this incident. Detective Gumshoe is not to blame.
So that's how it is. Well then, should I be raising his salary?
No, that's not what I meant. But it would be really nice to get my salary raised.
Your mercy is deeply moving, Sebastian, but past transgressions must lead to future judgment. Prosecutor Edgeworth, and all in his company, depart at once from this holy site. But that's... we only just got here! The one given the goddess of law's blessing for this incident was Sebastian.
In other words, Mr. DeBest is the prosecutor in charge of this case.
That's right, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening performance is over. Besides, I've already got my eyes set on the culprit.
What? Who, pal?
Well, naturally. That artist.
God dang it! Me? Hey, what's going on, Edgy? Don't ask me. I can't understand his reasoning.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. If you can't understand how the best prosecutor thinks, it simply shows how inculpable you are.
It seems he doesn't know what inculpable even means.
That's right, Sebastian. Prosecutor Edgeworth is quite incapable. Yes, he's incapable. She just nonchalantly corrected him. Don't underestimate my intelligence gathering skills. I just came from the infirmary and asked the doctor there about the cause of the poison gas.
And what was the cause?
Some normal substance. What was its name again? Hold on a second. I'll call the doctor to make sure. Since Sebastian is on the phone, I'll answer for him. In that case, why didn't you tell us before he called? The poison gas was caused by the mixing of two different types of chemicals. Their names are normalium and fatalium. So what are those chemicals exactly? Normalium is a red liquid that's commonly used in everyday products. It can be found in paint and detergent, among other things, but it is not toxic by itself.
So you're saying that it's a substance readily available to anyone?
Yes, but fatalium, on the other hand, is not so easy to obtain. Its name sure sounds dangerous. What's it used for? It is the active ingredient of a white pesticide known as Megatoxin X. Fatalium itself also has a deep white color, but it's not readily sold in stores. It's nearly impossible to obtain domestically.
Right now, we are looking into how this chemical was obtained.
Okay, I finally found out the names of these chemicals.
Judge Courtney has already told us. We don't need to hear it again.
Fine then, I'll cut to the chase. You know that normalium from the poison gas is also used in paint, right? Today, out of everyone who visited the art gallery, the only one carrying paint was that artist.
You're treating me as the culprit just because of that?
I object to the red paint on the palette you're carrying.
Hey, Edgy. Don't you think this prosecutor is kind of an idiot? Indeed, although I've only known him for a short time, his logic is always absurd.
Hey, don't ignore me! It's alright, Sebastian. They're only doing it because they're afraid of you. Like the first star to appear at night, show us reasoning that shines the best. The first star shines best. Not bad. Hey, you guys better listen up too.
Mr. DeBest's shining logic.
That artist was the first to discover the victim, so naturally he's the best suspect. The poison gas was caused by normalium, a chemical found in paint, right? As he was carrying paint near the victim, he would have had the best chance. Paint, along with being the first witness, that pretty much proves he's the culprit. So, what do you think, Justine? You cannot ignore the possibility. Well then, Mr. Artist, please tell us the truth. Did you leave red paint at the crime scene? Or else, did you cause the poison gas to go off?
The only thing I leave behind is my bond of love with you.
Please watch what you say. My gavel is already prepared to declare you guilty.
Please pay no heed to this man's statements.
Hey, you guys! Ignoring my reasoning just because it's flawless won't do you any good. Mr. Edgeworth, if you've already admitted defeat, you should take your leave.
Even though I don't really have time to deal with your ridiculous reasoning. Rebuttal. Shing. Okay, here we go. It's gonna be like, it's not just normalium, you fool. Mr. DeBest, your logic is more akin to a shooting star than a shining star.
It shines the best like a shooting star, right?
It may shine brightly for a brief moment, but then it burns itself out. The poison gas originated from inside the glass case of the Pisces sculpture.
Exactly. So that's where the artist set off the gas, right? He used the normalium in his red paint.
As your senior, let me give you one piece of advice. Listen to the explanations of others. The poison gas was caused by mixing both normalium and fatalium together. The normalium contained in the red paint is not enough by itself.
Really? But I thought I heard that normalium caused the fatality.
Don't tell me you just misheard the forensic report.
Darn it!
By the time Larry discovered the victim, the room was already filled with poison gas. It is time for you to realize how incapable you really are.
Hey, what do you mean by incapable? You tried to use that word earlier, and you still don't know what it means? He means to say you are lacking in ability.
Incidentally, inculpable has a completely different meaning.
I get it. You're making fun of me again, aren't you?
I'm merely saying you are incapable of your investigation.
Before you insult Sebastian, I still have some doubts about your own statement.
What kind of doubts?
For all we know, Mr. Artist could have simply entered the Autumn Palace at an earlier time.
That's...
Moreover, do you have evidence that the red paint is unrelated to the case?
The most important thing now is not the red paint, the red normalium and the white fatalium. Exactly how were these two substances mixed? I believe that is our main concern.
Naturally. It was Sebastian's job to investigate that. Were it not for your interference, we would have found that out by now.
I never intended to interfere. On the contrary, I like to cooperate.
Don't tell me you're going to say you know the cause of the poison gas.
How the poison gas started, I have something that may shed light on this matter.
Sebastian, do not fall for his bluff. Come now, it's fine, really. Let's hear what he's come up with. If you say so, Sebastian. Come on, show us. How did the poison gas start?
It's this.
Surely you're not saying that this was the cause of poison gas.
Seems even you've noticed it.
Duh, it really stands out.
Those red tears that Larry saw were undoubtedly normalium.
Huh? Wait a second. If those were chemicals, Does that mean a ghost set off the poison gas?
I don't have time to play along with them. The red tears of normalium could not have triggered the poison gas by itself. The red liquid was mixed inside the case to create the poison gas.
What? Just where do you see evidence that the chemicals were mixed?
That can also be seen in this sketch. Here is the evidence. Oh. Wow, Zach. Really? You didn't think of the stuff pouring out? A pink liquid can be seen flowing out from under the case of the Pisces sculpture. This is proof that the two chemicals were mixed.
Hold on a second. I still don't get it. How does this show that normalium and fatalium were mixed?
Since we have a self-proclaimed artist here, I'll let him explain. Larry, you fancy yourself an artist, so you should know about mixing paint, right? What do you add to red to make pink? Don't tell me you're a fool, Eddie. I'll have you know I graduated from middle school. You add white to red to make pink. It's common knowledge. Well, technically there's rose pink, baby pink, and several others. That's enough. Now do you understand, Mr. DeBest?
That's how it is. By mixing red normalium with white fatalium, you get a pink liquid.
Yes, exactly. Took him long enough.
I see. Looks like Mr. DeBest finally gets it. Prosecutor Edgeworth, you have merely presented one possibility. Do we really know if the color was the result of the two chemicals mixed together? Furthermore, this sketch was drawn by the suspect. I cannot put much faith into it.
I just painted what I saw. How could that be a lie?
Mr. Artist, I did not permit you to speak.
So cold. That's part of her charm. Of course, I intend to bring the truth to light immediately.
It would not be wise to jeopardize your position even further. Aren't you going to answer my question from before? How do you know that Mr. Artist did not enter the Autumn Palace? If you cannot prove this, there is no room for you to argue any further. Hey, couldn't we find that out if we talked to the victim, pal? The victim, Dame Gustavia, remains unconscious and in critical condition.
That's right.
Well then, Sebastian will be investigating the crime scene now. All of you, please vacate the premises.
Hold it. I have a feeling it's him. Now, hold it!
If you were to take a stand in court, you'd cause a lot of trouble for the presiding judge. Is there something you would like to say, Mr. Artist?
Hold your horses, Miss Cool Beauty.
My name is Justine Courtney. Please don't address me by such a strange title.
Oh, you finally told me your name. Pleased to meet you, Justy. I'm Larice Denim, but you can call me Larice.
Mr. Artist, please get to the point.
I just remembered something I haven't had a chance to say yet. When I first got to this room, it was locked, so I couldn't go in. But then, that old dude just suddenly fell through the door.
It would appear that the palace rooms can be locked from the inside. But, just because you say it was so, doesn't mean the door was locked. Without proof, your statement holds no value.
Well, why not let Uncle Ray prove it for you?
What?
After all, we can confirm the room was locked too. Right, Miles? Yes, I remember as well. Yeah, when we first entered, it was... the Winter Palace should be... Because that's where his room was before. That's why we got it confused. Huh? It was locked up. That's odd. You already opened the museum. Until the gas outbreak, no one could have entered this room.
Perhaps the suspect entered the room with the victim during the gas outbreak?
As you can see, this man did not inhale any other gas. If you examine his belongings, you'll find he wasn't carrying a gas mask either.
Is that so? Well then, I have no choice but to agree.
That was easier than I expected. Anyway, I presume this clears up any suspicion surrounding Larry. It seems Mr. DeBest's logic was off once again.
Wah, not exactly. I just didn't have enough information, that's all. Therefore, my reasoning was just before its time. Sure has a grand way of saying that things didn't work out for him. In that case, there is one more suspect who has yet to take the stand. Mr. Artist, you are free to go.
Huh? But I want to talk to you a little more, Justy.
Overruled.
Your cold demeanor leaves me mesmerized all the more. This other suspect is...
Pharmacist by the name of Delicious Scones. It would have been difficult for this artist to obtain the fatalium from Megatoxin X, but a pharmacist may have knowledge of how to do that. This court will now take a 10-minute recess. Sebastian, it would be best if we brought her in quickly. Best if we brought her in quickly? Sounds good. Leave it to me. Hey, Flatfoot, keep up the investigation. Ugh, got it.
Don't tell me. Judge Courtney suspected her from the very beginning.
So Mr. DeBessa's logic wasn't any help at all.
Judge Courtney, just what is she thinking? To be continued? Yeah, that's what I thought. Huh. Well, I don't see it being anyone other than Delicious Scones at the moment, which actually, funnily enough, leads me to think it's going to end up being Kate. And I don't know why she would do this, but, I mean, you'd never know, I guess. There seems to be a lot of stuff unaccounted for, which has thrown me off a bit, but, like, why is this room, why did they set it up? Okay, so, obviously, they use this to burn the liquid into gas, obviously. I don't know what this fluorescent cloth means. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot yet, but I'm going to wrap up today's episode here for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Stick around to see more of this awesome game. We'll be playing it till the end, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out!